Hi, Erik Linask here at IT Expo West. We're here at the LA Convention Center. I'm talking with Andrew Silver from Tango Networks. Andrew, thanks for joining me. It's good to see you again after the session we just had a little while ago upstairs.
Yeah, thanks, Eric.
That went pretty well, and I just want to take this opportunity to get a little more into sort of carrying forward what we talked about last time when I interviewed you, and specifically you were talking about getting ready for the deployment phase with Tango Networks. I'm wondering where you've come since then.
That's right. So thanks, Eric. It's always a pleasure to be with you. That's right. Last year we spoke, and Tango was just getting ready to launch its product on a number of carriers, and that's happened. We've launched on several operators in the U.S. and launching as well throughout Europe and Asia for the rest of this year. The main one is Sprint, that has launched the Sprint mobile integration with Tango that connects any mobile phone on the Sprint network to a multitude of PBX systems and UC systems as well, including Microsoft OCS and Cisco and Avaya. So it's a very exciting time for us. We've also launched on Cincinnati Bell and Intellos and some others, as well as other nationwide operators that will be launching towards the end of the year.
So now that you're in the launch phases already, what are you seeing in terms of interest and adoption in whether you want to call it FMC or whether you want to call it mobile unified communications? I think the latter is probably an evolution of the former.
That's right. So, FMC, it's been around for a long time. We've sort of been shifting towards mobile UCs, towards some of the more exciting solutions like Microsoft OCS that bring in more of the contact list-driven solution instead of just the original dialer solutions. But really what Tango does is we provide this architecture for federation that enables any mobile phone to be connected to that environment, to whether it's Microsoft OCS, whether it's Cisco Unified Call Manager, whether it's Avaya UC. And when you have that kind of solution where any mobile phone can be connected to it, it is truly an enforceable solution because there's no client required on the device. You can the employee can change phones, they can try new phones without having the IT manager have to get involved. The phone number, the phone is literally controlled by the PBX or by the IT department from the moment that the enterprise decides to take control. For example, my phone is controlled by my company from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. every day. They decide what caller ID shows up. They decide what features I have, and all the calls can be tracked, monitored, and recorded. So a very comprehensive solution and very easy to deploy for IT departments.
So that's great, and it's a wonderful. Can provide a wonderful increase in productivity for people to be connected and be able to use their mobile devices wherever they are, anytime, anywhere. But aren't there issues involved, especially when you're talking about people commuting to work, driving to work, talking on their car, on their mobile phone?
Funny you should mention that, Eric. Tango has actually been working on using this federated technology for more than just fixed mobile convergence, mobile UC. We've actually taken the concept of sharing control from a mobile operator with a third-party entity, be it enterprise, be it a third-party service provider, in a Centrex model or others, and we've expanded it to do a multitude of service capabilities, be it to offer multiple phone lines so that you have multiple phone numbers, what we call multi-line service, so that you can have a business number, a personal phone number, a social networking number. But we've also introduced a very exciting solution called safe driving to address this very concerning issue of distracted driving. It's a worldwide phenomenon of using texting and calling on your mobile phone. And in the United States, it's particularly a hot topic of concern. The problem is, how do we come up with a solution that works across all mobile phones in a manner that balances civil liberties with the need to enable people to use their mobile phone responsibly? And so that's what this technology does. It's a capability where we use a module that plugs into a car that itself is a machine-to-machine interface to the mobile network, and then any mobile phone can be controlled with a set of policies that are managed in the network. The key to the solution is no client required on the device, and that the solution enables calls to be handled, or calls and texts to be managed and handled in a responsible manner. We do that through a concept called accountable bypass with recorded consent. The essence of accountable bypass with recorded consent means that you as the user are always able to make and receive phone calls or texts in a responsible manner where you have to make a decision as to whether you're going to do it. And your decision can be recorded in the network and serve as a binding record of accountability for your service. So for example, if you're driving and a call comes in, then you can see who's calling and you can choose whether or not you're going to take it. If you do choose to take it, you can identify that if this is an emergency, I must take the call. If you're heading to the hospital, you can identify that you're on a legal hands-free device and therefore you're allowed to take that call. Or you can just say simply, I need to take this call. Please hold the call until I come to a complete stop and then connect the call. So this kind of technology, this flexibility in policies, makes it very attractive to be able to deploy to the masses. Similarly, that same kind of technology that we're using for distracted driving is equally applicable to a whole series of other capabilities, including, for example, schools. In the United States, for example, 69% of schools today are banning the use of cell phones. They're literally restricting them from the children and students so that they can prevent them from interrupting classes and making calls and using them in a disruptive manner. But parents want their kids to have the phones, and of course it's important for them to be able to have a communication device. So using this very same technology of the federated design, instead of using a module that plugs into the car, we use the scheduling system of the school to identify when a particular individual is in a class, and we impose certain restrictions. We always allow them, using the bypass method, the recorded consent, with accountability, to always be able to make or receive a call, but the record can be stored in the network and used for other purposes.
Excellent, great stuff. Disconnecting people from their connectivity.
That's right, controlled manner.
Sometimes it is necessary. We've been talking here at IT Expo West in Los Angeles with Andrew Silver from Tango Networks. Andrew, as always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Erik.